one of the most obvious choices that they may choose to release is Spike Plus because of the ending that happened in the previous side scenario, right? And the next possible hero could be Clemith because in Korea server, Clemith did come out before Spike. We do have 3 legendary heroes left in the game, and literally just these 3. They may try to be funny and potentially delay the side scenario. I mean, that is a slight chance in doing that because Season 3 is a really big update, and I think if they release Season 3 on the day of the anniversary, I think that could be a much bigger affair than just releasing a side story. And with Season 3, we will have Legendary Plus Dylan. So I'm just putting his skill set here just for you guys to take a look.
7K Dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So yeah, this news is pretty much confirmed by the Thai leaks. Okay, and Myth Ace is actually gonna come out for the global first anniversary. Okay, and as you can see, these are the images that have came out, and many people have traced it to Myth Ace. Okay, unfortunately, everything that we predicted was wrong. So I mean, the hero aspect. Okay, and I just want to add that the things that I put in my videos, they are purely speculation. Other than the leaks that come out every Monday, those are pretty much confirmed. Of course, these leaks that I put up every Monday, they are also based on hints from the Taiwan developers. So nothing is actually 100% confirmed unless they say so. So if some of you have been misled by my posts and conclude that I'm putting out fake information, that is totally not the intention. Okay, everything is also based on what has been released from the Korea side. And that's all I have to say about such posts and videos. Okay, so moving on, what does Mythical Ace do? So for Myth Ace skill set, I've actually split up his skill set into different slides so you can see it even clearer. For his passive in PvP, every 2 attacks, he will deal AoE damage and has 100% chance to reduce the defense of all the targets within this AoE. For his default passive, he will have all around on himself, and that is the same passive as Heo, whereby they will ignore the formation condition. He will also have a new effect called Detection, where he's able to attack enemies that are under stealth or they are untargetable. He will also be able to increase the debuff duration of himself, DPS and ranged allies. All bleeding effects, okay, later on we'll talk about his bleeding effects, by Ace will only occur in PvP. So the thing about mythical heroes is that they have a before and after skill, and this is because they have a transformation effect which will happen when they use their ultimate. So for his pre-transformation skill 1, he will charge the target, pull and shackle, and he will also become immune to debuffs for 3 seconds. Combo skill teleports to the target and deals damage equal to a certain percentage of attack, and also casts an unremovable shield on himself. After transformation, this skill will allow him to charge to the target and decrease their defense, increase his ignore defense efficiency in PvP, and this is unremovable. The combo skill will allow him to deal ignore defense damage to bleeding targets and also apply an unremovable shield to himself. For his skill 2, before transformation, he will deal AoE damage distributed among all enemies within the circular range. He will also cause them to bleed, and this bleed cannot be cleansed. He will also increase his own ultimate skill gauge. After transformation, he will do the same kind of effect. He will also deal additional ignore defense damage to bleeding targets, and also increase his own ultimate skill gauge. Skill 3, before transformation, deals AoE damage distributed among all enemies within the circular range, and he will decrease attack speed and movement speed and become invincible for 5 seconds. After his transformation, this skill just gets super OP. It not only increases the range of damage to 6 meters, it also deals additional ignore defense damage to bleeding targets. It also has a defense ignoring damage dealing field effect for 3 seconds, also has a chance to stun the targets. So this skill just gets a huge boost after his transformation. And finally, for his ultimate skill, he becomes invincible, deals huge AoE damage and distributes it among all enemies within the range, and he also has 100% chance to cause the targets to bleed up to 3 stacks, unremovable, 100% chance to remove buffs from the enemy, and he will transit to his awakened state. with this skill. So take note that for bleed, the enemy will receive damage equal to 6% of their current HP for 30 seconds every 2 seconds. And after his transformation, his ultimate is gonna let him also become invincible, deal the same amount of damage distributed among all enemies, and he will also do additional ignore defense damage to targets with 2 or more bleed stacks, and has 100% chance to remove buffs, and then he will exit his transformation state. So his entire skill set is actually very bleed based, and he will also do tons and tons of damage, ignore defense damage to bleeding targets, which is going to cripple tank teams very easily, I'm very sure. Not only that, he has a lot of self-sustaining utility. He has shields, he has invincibility, he also is able to decrease enemies' defense, further allowing more damage to be done by his allies as well. So burst teams are gonna see a huge comeback once Myth Ace launches, and I think they have already been steadily coming back due to the existence of Cheng Chen. But Myth Ace is definitely gonna be a huge game changer, okay, for PvP. But one thing that is unique to mythical heroes is that they all have a unique ability that scales with their level, and it grows. It gives them additional passives. So for Ace at level 40, every 2 attacks he will have a chance to bleed the targets within the circular range. Remember, from his passive he will be able to already deal additional damage every 2 attacks and decrease the enemy's defense. On top of that, now he's going to cause bleeding at 60% chance. At level 45, he will increase his bleed accuracy by 40%, which means he's most probably gonna have almost 100% bleeding rate even on his regular attacks. So tier 3, he will become immortal, as if everything wasn't OP enough. He will become immortal, and this immortality is unremovable for 10 seconds, and he will also have an either or effect. I infer that this is an either or effect because of the slash that I see in the Korea patch notes, okay? So either effect A, he increases his own attack by 45%, ultimate gauge by 90%, which means he'll get really close to transformation. Or effect B, he will cause a widespread bleeding situation. At level 55, he increases his attack by 16%, attack speed by 28%, and level 60, he will recover HP equal to 300% of his attack every 1 second for 5 seconds when his ultimate skill is used, which means this will further sustain him, and if he does get his ultimate gauge at his immortality form, he will just heal his HP probably back to full. And this particular effect has a skill cooldown of 8 seconds. If he does use his ultimate skill again, he will restart this healing process. Okay, so that makes him incredibly, I won't say tanky, maybe he'll be tanky, but he will just have a lot of self-sustain, and it will be very difficult to bring him down, okay? And yeah, Myth heroes are really this broken. So coming along with Myth Ace, there will be a new type of step up banner, okay? And let's just go through how this step up banner works. So this step up banner is going to use rubies and hero tickets, so you don't have to farm a new currency just to get Myth Ace. There's a total of 5 stages. The probability that you see at the gauge is only applied at the PT. So in between, it will still be regular percentages to get Myth Ace. Failure to obtain a mythical hero will lead to the next step up stage, okay, at the PT, and you can get an L or L plus at the PT. Take note that even if you get an L or L plus hero anywhere in the entire step up, the gauge will not reset. Okay, the gauge will only reset if you manage to get Myth Ace or in future any Myth hero, and then it will reset to stage 3, which means you can continue from stage 3 to pull all the way to get a 25% chance at the end of stage 3. As you can see from the video, I am at stage 3 right now because this account actually has pulled a Myth Ace even at stage 1. Okay, so there is a chance you can get Myth Ace at stage 1, and you will automatically jump to stage 3 to renew your process of getting Myth Ace again. And each stage for this step up banner is going to be the same as what we have right now, 15,510 rubies. Okay, taking into account the last pool that you need to get the hero if you've missed all 14 multis. So 5 stages to get the mythical hero will require 77,000 rubies at minimum. Okay, 77,000 rupees at minimum. This is a huge huge and expensive pity banner. So if you're really that unlucky and you go all the way to the last guaranteed at 100%. So how do you get his soul stones? Well, you can buy them from the shop. Okay, they do require a new currency, and there is no limit to the amount of soul stones you can buy from Myth Heroes per day. In fact, as you can see, 99. Okay, 99, that's the limit. And yeah, so this new currency is actually called Soul Essence. You will need 100 of them to buy one Mythical Hero Soul Stone. So how exactly do you obtain these Soul Essences? If you watch Happy Buddha's video on his Myth Ace showcase, you will realize that when he pulled the multi before getting the Myth Ace, you will see that for rare, rare plus, legend and legend plus dupes that have already been maxed, you will get 2 soul essence for each of these heroes that you have already maxed. All you need is that the hero themselves are at tier 15, so they can still be at level 54, but their max level is 60, if you get what I mean. So you haven't increased their levels, but you have already transcended them. Okay, so as long as you receive a duplicate of a hero that you have completely transcended, you will be able to get 2 soul essence from those pools. Another way is to craft the soul essence. You can craft 100 per week using 100 legendary soul stones and 1 million gold. The final method is that they will give us readily from daily missions, 15 per day, and also 200 from Maze rewards. And yeah, that's basically all you need to know about Myth Ace and how to build him up in terms of summons and how many rubies you do need. And I'll be very frank, I am not entirely excited about the update because I think it's way too early for Myth Ace to come out, and global developers have just been doing really different decisions compared to Korea server. I mean, but yes, I'm not saying they have to follow exactly, but the reason why Korea server has progressed in such a way is because of certain remakes that are meant to counter certain newer heroes, and they also try to revive the utility of these older heroes as well. But if you release a very strong hero too early, then it makes other heroes useless much earlier. Okay, even the unreleased ones. And that's my main issue with global server pushing out content like that. And I do expect a very heavy player base decrease upon the release of this update, because I'm very sure not everyone is entirely happy with the global server developers to begin with. And now dropping this huge news that Myth Ace is coming out, I think to bluntly put it, they kind of are killing their own game. So we shall see. I'm not sure if they will retract the decision at this point in time, but it really does make me feel a little tired to continuously play catch up in this game. Okay, so yeah, let me know your thoughts on the release of Myth Ace and how many rubies you actually have right now for him. Okay, and big shout out to my channel members Chilling, Gonzalo, Jude, Nick, Yamaki, Kevin, Harlan and JDM for the support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much and see you!